Alright guys, so now I want to talk about our next style, which is going to be the textured top knot. So what I really like about this style is it is a bit diverse also. You can do it in two different ways. On your cards, you can see that it does show on the application cards that it's with the curly hair client. So today I'd like to show you on straight hair to show you two different ways of the same style. So this one is really cool because it can be very high fashion and also it can be very relaxed and like a little bit easier. So it also really does photograph well. So it is a very nice, a nice style. So what we're first going to do is when we're going to pull a high pony back. So by doing this, you really want to take attention and pay attention to your client's jawline, because where you really want the top of this style to go is right even with their jawline, the parallel. So how we're going to do this is first we're going to take, brush all the hair back, and with this I'm going to use our shaping spray. It's alcohol free, it's got a hold of 21. By doing this you're really going to help get some hold, so you can pull this back really nice and tight, and then we will pin this back. So I also like to take and spray our brush. You can use a smoothing brush because you want to get this nice and smooth. You could use a boar bristle. Right now with the mannequin, I am using a paddle brush because it's a little bit easier for me to get a hold of the mannequin's hair with a paddle brush instead of a smoothing brush with boar bristle. But if it was a client, I would definitely be using a smoothing brush. So we're going to try to gather all of this hair to a high pony. So this is going to be really important part of the style, getting this all nice and pulled back nice and tight. You're going to want to make sure this is as smooth as possible. So you can see we're going to be going right here, which is right directly up from her jawline. And just keep gathering it. Some of these smaller hairs on the back, this mannequin has a little bit smaller hairs on the back, so we're just going to really work on getting those pulled up nice and tight. And also you can spray some of the shaping spray also on your smoothing brush. Kind of helps pull and smooth some of the hair as well. So now you can absolutely, if you had prepped your mannequin or your client, I actually did prep my mannequin. She's been prepped with the volumizing shampoo and conditioner, as well as blown out with the volume mousse. So if you were doing this on a client, you could do it from styled, or if you was going with somebody that's already came in and doing this style, you could very easily do use the volume dry shampoo and maybe some dry texture spray to give it a little bit more grip. All right, so we're going to take mannequin hair is very soft and a little bit harder to work with, so this is going to be a lot easier on an actual person because her hair is a little short in the back. So what we're going to do is pull this nice and tight. You can do two different things right now. You can either take the bobby pin, like right here. So it's a rubber band with two bobby pins in it, or you could take your just a rubber band if you'd rather do the rubber band. It's just know that when you use the rubber band, a lot of times you do have a little bit, let's smooth this out a little bit with a boar bristle. You're going to have a little bit of a bump. So I like using the other option better because you have less risk of having bumps when you go and tighten the hair back. Alright, so what we're going to do is with the bobby pin, we're going to stick it here in the top, and we are going to wrap it around while holding the hair. Look at this nice high pony. She does have some short hairs being a mannequin. Just going to smooth these up. This is where a smoothing brush really does come in handy with the boar bristle. So now we've got this nice tight high pony. So what we're going to do now is, you can see in the picture with the girl with the curly hair with the model that we have in the application cards, hers is actually curly. So if it's a curly hair, you'll take and you'll twist each one of these sections until it's really tight and pull down, and then you'll pin it. But since it's a straight client now, we're going to take and do some ruching. I love ruching because it gives a lot of texture and builds a lot of body. So I like to start from the interior of this, so that way we can really pin the exterior where we want to. So what we're going to do is take us a section. Try to get the rest of the hair out of the way. You want to take a section, and we're going to twist it like so. And ruching is when you take and you hold the very tip of the hair, you take everything else and push it down. You get this nice textured, almost like a rosette. And then you'll just take a bobby pin, pin it right there. So we have this nice volume texture. And what we're going to do is we're just going to keep working our way around. And ruche and pin. And so there are numerous ways of doing this. That's why I really like this style, because if you wanted it a little bit more cleaner, you could definitely take and do some curls, add some curls, make it a little bit sleeker. Or we could do with lots of texture and keep it a little bit more piecey, a little bit more fun. Taking and twisting. You can take smaller sections. The smaller the sections that you're going to take, the more texture and volume that you're going to get with the ruching. So if you take a lot of small sections, it's going to do exactly a lot of building, and it's going to be a lot larger. If you take some bigger sections, it's going to give you some pieciness, but not quite as big, because they're going to be a little bit on their own. I like to do a little bit of both. I like to add some small ruched pieces with some large ruched pieces, just to give a bit more different texture all over, so it's a little bit more interesting. I'm just going to open it up and see. And I would do the same thing that we did, what I showed you with the tousled waves, to take your higher hold hairspray and go with your kabuki brush and brush some of these down, since we're looking for that more smoother ponytail look. Brush that nice and tight. So you can see we have this nice look, very pulled tight. We have this nice body in the background. But it goes exactly with her jawline, which what that's going to do is really help accentuate your client's profile, which is the whole part of this, is showing and accentuating your client's natural beauty. All right, so next that I want to talk about is capturing the moment. So okay, we've done these great, fantastic styles, and we've done this great color, but now it's time to take the picture. So when we go to take the picture, there's a couple different things that I'd like to talk to you about, and that's really taking the posing and taking the picture. So a lot of times, people just take a picture of the back of their client's head, which is fine, but try to mix it up a little bit. These are pictures that a lot of people's going to see, and the more artistic and the more it shows the attributes of what you're really showing, is the better you're going to get exposure and really show your talent as a hairstylist. So there's different ways of doing this. Like if you're taking the picture of a client, a lot of times they need to hunch their shoulders forward a little bit. And by pushing their shoulders forward, it kind of helps the hair fall across their shoulders to seem fuller across the front if you're taking more of that full front picture. And what I would do is I would take from the back of the head and separate the hair back and put 2 duck bills to make the hair full and a lot more showing in front of your picture. There's also, if you're going to take from the side angle, you can have your client take and pull their shoulder this way and take and look towards their shoulder with their head slightly down. What that's going to do is it's going to cause the hair to fall across the shoulder and give a little bit more fuller. If it is a client that has a shorter bob that you're wanting to show, have them face the other way and look down, and it shows that nice angle that you're really trying to get to look for. If you're trying to show that side profile of the hair, have your client slightly look down and over a little bit to give that more free space, free flow for the hair. Those are little tips. A lot of times, you may have your client feeling a little bit uncomfortable because some of these poses, they don't necessarily feel comfortable, but that is the best way of showing exactly what your clients, what you did is your work, so you can post it. And don't take just 1 or 2 pictures. I mean, take like a ton of pictures, because some of the best pictures are the ones that you weren't expecting. So it could be like, as you're taking the picture, have your client, slowly start turning their head. And as you do that, do your camera on burst mode, because sometimes those are the best pictures, is the ones that you're just a little bit more candid, or your client's a little bit more laughing, or taking and turning. Those are also some of the best pictures, because those show a lot of life in pictures, and that's like a good thing that shows through as you're capturing the moment when you take your pictures. So this being said, there's a lot of different ways I would play around with it. Always have your cameras ready, and that's cameras is in your iPhone, or I'm sorry, on your telephone, or on your cell phone, or like as an actual camera, because you're going to get different pictures each time. And I think that's a really good thing to start using and getting used to taking a lot of pictures, but I mean a lot of pictures. So next, so that is actually all we have for today. Thank you so much. I really hope that you're going to be using these. And did anybody have that time to really look at it? I'm like, oh man, the tassel texture wave, that would be perfect on so-and-so, or the top knot, man, that would be really a way of elevating that easier hairstyle that a lot of people want to have their hair pulled up and away. So I'm hoping that you can use those. And when you do, I would love for you to take those photos that you've used in your different ways of taking pictures and the different tips that we talked about, and posting those on social media. And when you do, please use the hashtag Kenra and use the Kenra Professional, as well as using the hashtag Create. So that way we can see exactly what it is that you're doing, and that way we can see it and enjoy exactly what you're doing, and see how beautiful that you're making your clients look and how everything is getting better. So again, thank you so much. My name is Jeremy Tatum. I am an educator for Kenra Professional.